We continue with our get-to-know interviews, meeting the first-year players here for the Colorado Buffaloes. Voice of the Buff, Mark Johnson. Safety, Mark Perry joining us here for a couple of minutes. How you liking Boulder so far?
I like it. It's way different than back home, but I like it. It's cool.
You know, when you were being recruited, I mean, you were kind of a name that was always popping up on social media. There's a little bit of pressure that comes along with a guy like you in the recruiting process because you're hearing from people all over the place, aren't you?
Yeah, it was a little bit of pressure because I was kind of the leader of that class, and coming out, being out here now, kind of got to set an example. Be more mature, older, and act like the older guys. Act like I've been here.
So, coming from California, what made you decide on Colorado? Because you had a lot of options.
Yeah, it was a great football team. I mean, we were trying to change the culture, and when we got Coach Mel Tucker, I just knew he was going to take us to that next level. So I stuck with it.
Is he a pretty good salesman when he comes in to try and talk you into coming to his program?
Yeah, especially coaching at Georgia. Being in Alabama. That's those defensive schools. So as a DB, it's really appealing.
I'd have to think as well, when you hear Mel talking about Mark Perry being mature beyond his years physically and what he does kind of in the meeting rooms, it's got to sound good, but you got to live up to those expectations, don't you?
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff to work on the field, but, overall I'm trying to learn, trying to get better, and it's going to take some time, but I'm going to be ready.
What do you think is the greatest hurdle you have to get over here to play at this level?
Shoot, the speed of the game is a lot faster. You have different things you got to look at that you didn't really have to in high school, and just everybody's bigger. So
I'd have to think as well, being that the Buffs have one of the great receiving corps in the country. I mean, not just the Pac-12. That's got to help your learning curve being in the secondary.
Yeah, for sure. The DBs always go at it with the receivers. KD, Visca, Tony. We always going at it back and forth. So we get both sides getting better.
Tell us about your family. You come from a big family, a lot of siblings.
Yeah, I have 3 sisters and 1 brother, and some nieces, some nephews. So
all athletes?
Most of them, yeah. Most of them.
Was football always your best sport?
Football and track. I mean, I just ran track 1 year, but I was pretty good at it.
It's got some natural ability there?
Yeah.
There have been plenty of CU football players who run track. Isaiah Oliver recently.
Yeah, and Davion.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I want to look into that, but we'll see.
All right. Now I asked Mark what he does off the field. He said, "Well, I like to sleep and play video games." And you're a shoe guy though too. I mean, are you in KD Nixon's league? Because we've done features on the amount of shoes he's got.
Okay, so here's KD, and I'm probably like somewhere in here. I'm not to his level yet, but I'm gonna get there eventually.
Well, you're just a freshman. You got time to work on it.
I'm gonna get there eventually, but I'm up there though.
All right, what's your favorite pair?
Ooh. Probably the black Off-White Vapor Maxes. They're comfortable and they look good and they go with everything. So.
Well, you always got to be fashion-wise or fashion conscious. All right, well, good luck this season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Mark Perry, he's a brand new Buffalo, and you just got to know him.